Welcome back to the Chattable podcast, where we learn real English in real life and have fun and be proud.
Yeah, it's really wonderful to be back with you.
So today, we are heading straight to the courts.
The courts.
Yes, but before you panic, no, not a court of law.
Right, no legal procedures today.
No, we aren't doing a legal procedural for this episode, though the drama we're going to discuss could honestly rival any courtroom thriller out there.
Right, absolutely.
We were talking about tennis.
Tennis. Yeah, the sport of kings, as they used to say.
Exactly. But here is the thing for you listening. Tennis isn't just about forehands and backhands and, grunting.
No, definitely not.
It is an absolute goldmine for high drama language. The way we talk about tennis fits perfectly into business, into our social lives, and definitely into the stories we tell.
It really does. Because it's a sport that balances this extreme, almost Victorian politeness with absolutely brutal gladiator-style competition.
Yes.
And the language just reflects that split personality perfectly.
So here is our roadmap for this episode. We are looking at 3 specific phrases derived from the court.
Okay.
One is about pure, untouchable elegance.
Right.
One is about the hard, gritty grind of accumulation.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is about absolute heartbreak.
Grace, statistics, and broken dreams.
Yeah.
It sounds like the title of a very sad novel, honestly.
It really does. Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start with the first one.
Let's do it.
This is a word that I think most people know, but maybe they don't use it in this specific high-status way.
Yeah.
The phrase is to grace a place or to grace an event.
A beautiful place to start. And really, it's a very complex word when you dig into it.
Yeah, so we have to start with the ultimate example from our source material. You cannot talk about this word in the context of tennis without talking about one specific man.
I know exactly who you mean.
Right. The example sentence we have is Roger Federer is the most beloved tennis player who has graced the court.
It just feels right saying that, doesn't it?
It does.
It feels grammatically and I don't know, but spiritually correct.
It really does. But let's break this down because I think a lot of learners and even native speakers, frankly, miss the nuance here.
Yeah, they do.
When we hear grace, I think most of us immediately think of the noun.
Right. You think of a ballerina.
Exactly.
You think of a swan gliding across a lake without making a single ripple. It's about movement. Smoothness.
Right. Elegance.
Yeah, if you trip over the sidewalk, you lack grace.
Exactly. If I say you move with grace, I'm complimenting your coordination. I'm saying you aren't clumsy. But in this phrase, grace the court, we're using it as a verb, a transitive verb. And that feels different to me. What is actually happening there linguistically?
Well, if we want to get technical, and you know I love to get technical.
Please do.
We have to look at the history. It comes from the Latin word gratia.
Gratia. Okay.
Which means favor or a pleasing quality.
Interesting.
Yeah. In theology, grace is a gift you receive that you didn't earn. It's unmerited favor. So when we use it as a verb, we are saying that someone is bestowing a favor upon a location simply by being there.
That is a powerful distinction. It's not just showing up.
Not at all. And this is exactly where people get it wrong. Anyone can show up or enter a room, right?
Yeah.
If I walk into a grocery store to buy milk, I am entering it. I'm certainly not gracing the grocery store.
Well, speak for yourself. I think the frozen food aisle is incredibly lucky to have you.
Well, I appreciate that. But generally, no.
Right.
To grace a place implies that the person brings an undeniable elegance or dignity or prestige to that location.
It implies that the location itself, the building, the event, the people there should feel honored.
Ideally, yes. It's about status, isn't it?
It implies a hierarchy.
Exactly. The person is of such high value that their mere presence is a gift.
So when we say Federer graced the court, we aren't just saying he played tennis matches.
No, we are saying he elevated the sport. He made the court better just by standing on it.
I love that nuance. It elevates the conversation immediately. It turns a sentence from a factual report like he played tennis into a genuine tribute.
Precisely. It is a tribute verb. It's a way of bowing to someone with your words.
But let's push back on this a little bit. Is there an element of arrogance if you use it incorrectly?
Oh, absolutely. This is rule number 1.
Okay.
You can never, ever say that you graced a place.
Like, hello, everyone. I have arrived to grace your party.
You would sound like a megalomaniac.
A cartoon villain.
Exactly. It is a compliment that must be given by others. It cannot be claimed by the self.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting for you as a listener who wants to use this in real life. Because obviously we aren't all hanging out with Roger Federer every day.
Sadly.
Sadly true. But We can use this in business or social situations to pay a very high compliment, right?
Yes. If you are hosting a conference or maybe a wedding or a big business meeting and a VIP walks in, someone highly respected, you use this.
Give us a scenario. Paint the picture for us.
Okay, let's look at the sincere scenario first.
Okay.
Imagine your local community tennis club. It's a Saturday morning. The grass is a bit patchy. The net is a little sagging.
Very humble.
Yeah, it's a humble place. It smells like old sneakers and cut grass.
I know the place well.
And then suddenly a retired Grand Slam champion stops by.
Wow.
Maybe they are just in town for a book signing, but they decide to play a surprise doubles match.
The energy in that place would change instantly. The very air would change.
Instantly. Now, the club president isn't going to just say, hey, thanks for coming.
That's too small.
Way too casual. He needs language that matches the magnitude of the moment.
Right.
He's going to grab the microphone maybe with a trembling hand and say, we are so incredibly honored that a true legend has graced our courts today.
It conveys that sense of awe. We are not worthy, but you are here.
Exactly. It elevates the guest and humbles the host simultaneously.
It acknowledges that the guest didn't have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
They had better places to be, but they chose this one.
That is the grace.
But, and here's the twist that I absolutely love. English speakers, being who we are, we can't just leave a word to be purely nice, can we?
No, it's a fundamental rule of the language.
We have to find a way to make it sarcastic.
If a word is too polite, we will weaponize it for sarcasm. The higher the pedestal, the harder we knock it over.
This is a key social skill for you listening. If you want to sound like a native speaker, you have to master the sarcastic grace.
This usually happens when the honor is undeserved or when the timing is bad.
Right, let's paint this picture. You have a doubles partner?
Yeah,
let's call him Dave.
Classic Dave. We all know a Dave.
So practice starts at 8 a.m. sharp. You are there. You are stretching. You are warming up.
You're ready to go.
8:15 rolls around.
Yeah.
No Dave. 8:20. You were just hitting serves against the fence, looking at your watch.
The frustration is building.
Finally, at 8:30, Dave strolls in.
Is he running? Is he apologetic?
No. He's holding a coffee. He looks relaxed. He's checking his phone.
The audacity of Dave.
Now, you could yell at him. You could say you're late.
Right.
But that's aggressive. That creates conflict.
Right.
What does the witty English speaker say?
They look at Dave, they check their watch, they maybe raise an eyebrow, and they say, well, look who finally decided to grace the court with their presence.
Ooh, that burns more than shouting.
It does, because you are using that high-status word grace to highlight his low-status behavior.
You are mocking his self-importance.
Exactly. You are saying, oh, you must be so important, like royalty, that you can arrive whenever you please.
It's the contrast that makes it funny.
Yeah.
You are treating him like the King of England when he is acting like, well, like Dave.
Exactly. And you can use this in the office, too. If a colleague finally joins a meeting after missing the first 20 minutes.
So glad you could grace us with your presence.
Proceed with caution on that one, though. Make sure you are friends with them first. That is passive-aggressive with a capital P.
Very true. If you say that to your boss, you might be gracing the unemployment line.
Yes, definitely a know-your-audience moment. But it shows the range of the word. From the divine favor of gratia to the snarky comment at 8:30 a.m.
It's a word about presence. It's about the quality you bring to a room, whether that is sincere elegance or late arrival arrogance.
Yeah, so if I'm listening to this, I'm keeping this in my pocket for 2 occasions. Deep respect or deep sarcasm.
That is a very safe rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. We're going to shift gears completely now. We are leaving the world of elegance and high society.
Taking off the white blazer.
Exactly. We are entering the world of the grind, the world of numbers.
The engine room of the sport.
Our second phrase is rack up.
Rack up.
And the example we have from the source material is about the king of clay himself. Rafael Nadal has achieved a spectacular record on the clay courts, racking up 14 major titles from the French Open.
That number's still absurd, by the way. 14. It doesn't even make sense.
It's video game numbers.
Truly.
But let's look at the verb rack up. Why do we say rack up? Why not just get or win or collect?
This is a great one because the imagery is so tactile. Get is boring. Win is a singular event. But rack up, the experts generally agree that this comes from the world of billiards or pool.
Okay. The pool hall. The smoke-filled rooms.
Exactly. Picture the start of a game of pool. What do?
You take all the balls?
Right, which are scattered and chaotic, and you put them inside that wooden or plastic triangle.
The rack.
The rack. You are gathering them together into a tight, impressive formation.
I see.
Also, in the old days of scorekeeping in pool halls, they sometimes used a physical rack on the wall to tally points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you would slide beads or markers across a wire or a rack.
So there's a physical sensation of gathering and counting.
Click, click.
Yes. Racking up isn't just getting one thing. It implies accumulation. It implies volume.
You are collecting or gathering a large amount of something over a period of time.
That over time part feels really important. You don't rack up a lottery win.
No, you win the lottery once.
Correct. You don't rack up a single victory. You rack up victories, plural. It implies a process, a continuous addition to the pile.
Yes.
So Nadal didn't just win the French Open. He went back year after year and added another trophy to the rack. And another. And another.
It suggests a relentless nature to the accumulation.
It does. It feels industrial almost. It feels like a machine that just keeps producing.
Is there a sense of speed or momentum with rack up?
Because if I say he accumulated points, it sounds slow, like a librarian organizing books.
Right.
But he racked up points sounds fast.
You're absolutely right. It definitely has a connotation of momentum. Think about the hot hand fallacy in sports.
Or maybe it's not a fallacy.
Well, true. The idea that when you are doing well, you keep doing well.
Success breeds success.
Exactly. When you are racking up points, it feels like the scoreboard is just spinning.
It's dynamic.
It's happening right now, and it's happening fast.
Now, is this only for sports? Because racking up points sounds very natural in that context, but do we use this in the boardroom? In the living room?
We use it everywhere. And here is what is fascinating. It can be incredibly positive or incredibly stressful, depending on what you are racking up.
Okay, give me the good news first. What's the positive version?
Well, think about travel. We all love to travel. If you fly the same airline all the time, what are you doing with those miles?
You are racking them up. I'm racking up frequent flyer miles so I can go to Hawaii.
Exactly. It feels good. It feels like you are building a stash of value.
Or at work, if you are a consultant or a lawyer, billing by the hour. I racked up 40 billable hours this week.
That's money in the bank. It implies productivity.
I am a machine and I am producing value.
Yes. But then there is the flip side.
Oh, boy.
The dark side of racking up.
The credit card statement.
The credit card statement.
Yeah. I went on vacation and really racked up some debt.
And notice how the feeling of the verb changes right there.
Completely.
When you say racking up debt, it implies a loss of control.
It implies the numbers are spinning on that scoreboard faster than you can stop them.
It feels heavy.
It does feel heavy, like an avalanche. It's interesting how the exact same verb, which just means to accumulate, takes on the emotional weight of the noun it's attached to.
Context is everything. And in the source material, we have two distinct scenarios for tennis that illustrate this perfectly.
One positive, one negative, right?
Yes. Let's hear the negative one first.
Okay. Scenario A is the negative pressure. Picture a rising star. It's their first major tournament final. The lights are bright. The crowd is loud. They are nervous.
I can feel the sweat on the palms just thinking about it.
They try to hit a winner, but it goes into the net. They try again. Out of bounds.
It's slipping away.
The commentator watches this disaster unfolding and says the pressure's really getting to him. He is racking up an incredible amount of unforced errors in this set.
Racking up errors. That hurts.
It paints a picture of a pile of mistakes getting higher and higher.
It really does. It emphasizes the sheer volume of the failure. It's not just one mistake. It's a catalog of mistakes.
And what about the positive sports scenario?
The power server. Imagine a player like Serena Williams in her prime or John Isner.
Big servers.
Huge! They step up to the line. Boom! Ace. Next point. Boom! Ace.
She has an absolute cannon of a serve today, just racking up aces left and right.
Their rack feels like a machine.
It feels efficient, powerful, unstoppable.
It's the difference between a pile of gold and a pile of garbage.
Okay, exactly. But the racking up is the same. It's the accumulation.
Precisely. And for you listening, this is such a useful phrasal verb because it sounds so dynamic.
Instead of saying he has many errors, saying he is racking up errors tells a story.
It tells a story of a process that is happening right now and it's growing.
It adds motion to the math.
That is a beautiful way to put it, adding motion to the math.
And I think it also adds a sense of agency, or maybe a lack thereof.
How do you mean?
If I rack up achievements, I did that. If I rack up debt, it happened to me, well, I did it, but it feels like it got away from me.
That's true. It captures the velocity of modern life. Things don't just happen one by one anymore, they rack up.
Emails rack up in your inbox.
Please don't remind me.
Laundry racks up in the corner.
Okay, stop. You're stressing me out.
Sorry. But it shows the utility of the phrase. It's for anything that grows in a pile.
So true.
So we have graced the court, pure elegance, the divine favor.
We have racked up pure accumulation, the grinding machine.
Now we have to talk about the emotional toll of this sport.
The heartbreak.
The absolute heartbreak. This third phrase is just, it's poetic, really.
It is.
It sounds like something from a 19th century novel. Dash the dreams of.
It does sound like a Victorian novel, doesn't it? Or a Greek tragedy.
Let's look at the source example. It's about the big three. Federer, Nadal, Djokovic.
Okay.
The big three players in men's tennis had dominated the game for some 20 years, dashing the dreams of a whole new generation of players to win even a couple of Grand Slam titles.
It is a brutal sentence because it is so true. Think about that stat.
20 years.
An entire generation of talent players who were amazing, who trained their whole lives, was effectively blocked out.
Let's look at the word dash here. Because when I hear dash, I usually think of running quickly.
Right, like the 100-meter dash.
Or I have to dash to the store.
Yes, that is the common usage today, Speed. I'm dashing off, it's light, it's quick.
But dash has an older, more violent meaning, doesn't it?
It does. Literally, to dash means to strike or smash something violently against a surface.
Violent.
Yes. Think of taking a porcelain vase and throwing it with all your might against a brick wall.
You are dashing it to pieces.
Wow. That is intense. I didn't realize it was that physical.
It is very physical. If you read old descriptions of shipwrecks, they will say the ship was dashed against the rocks.
That is a horrifying image. Splinters everywhere.
Exactly. So when we move to the metaphor dashing someone's dreams, we aren't just saying you stopped them.
We aren't saying you delayed them.
We are saying you took their fragile hope, their beautiful dream, and you smashed it against the wall of reality.
That is devastating.
It is meant to be. It paints a vivid emotional picture. It's not just he beat him, it's he destroyed his hope.
Why do we use this so much in sports? Is it because we just love the drama?
Absolutely. Sports is a soap opera without a script.
That's a great way to say it.
We need language that matches the emotional stakes. If a player trains for 4 years for the Olympics and then trips at the starting line, bad luck doesn't really cover it.
No, that moment dashed their dreams.
It implies a suddenness too, doesn't it?
Often, yes. A dream can be built over years, slowly, carefully, like building a house of cards.
But it can be dashed in a second.
One missed shot, one injury, one bad call by the referee.
Let's look at the scenario from the notes because this really captures that David versus Goliath dynamic where this phrase just shines.
The setup. Imagine a young, unseeded wildcard player, let's say at the U.S. Open.
A Cinderella story. We love these.
Exactly. Nobody knows who they are. They fight through the first round, then the second.
Suddenly they're in the semifinals. The crowd goes wild. They are in love.
They want the fairy tale ending.
The energy is electric. The dream is alive. The media is writing the stories. Can he do it?
And then they walk onto the court to face the final boss. Let's say Novak Djokovic.
The dream killer.
In this context, yes. Djokovic doesn't care about the fairy tale. He doesn't care about the narrative.
He cares about efficiency.
He plays a ruthless, flawless match. He doesn't give the kid an inch. He shuts them down completely. 3 sets to love. Game over.
The crowd is silent. The balloon is completely popped.
And the headline the next day. Djokovic's relentless baseline game completely dashed the dreams of the young underdog.
It's the contrast between the dream, which is soft and hopeful and aspirational,
and the dash, which is hard, violent, and final.
It captures the cruelty of competitive sports. We often forget this, but tennis is a zero-sum game.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that for one person to win, another person must lose.
There's only one trophy.
We cannot share it. For Djokovic to hold that cup, the other guy's dream has to die.
That is dark.
It is dark. But that is why dash the dreams is such a perfect phrase. It acknowledges the cost of victory.
Can we use this in daily life without sounding too dramatic? Or is this reserved for major life events?
It is definitely on the dramatic side. You wouldn't say the store was out of milk, dashing my dreams of cereal.
I mean, I might say that, but I'm a bit dramatic.
Well, you can use it hyperbolically for humor.
We do that a lot in English, using high drama words for low drama situations.
The rain dashed my dreams of a picnic.
That works. It's a little poetic, but it works.
But generally it is for big things.
The rejection letter dashed her dreams of attending Harvard.
Or the sudden injury dashed his dreams of playing professional football.
Right. It needs to be something people care about deeply.
The object being smashed needs to be valuable.
You don't dash a paper cup, you dash a crystal vase.
You don't dash a whim, you dash a dream.
That is a perfect analogy. The verb requires a valuable object.
So if we look at these three phrases together, we really have a full spectrum of the tennis experience, don't we?
We do. And I think that is what is so fascinating about this collection. It's not just random words. They tell a story.
Let's recap the journey we've been on in this episode today.
We started with to grace, the aesthetic ideal.
The beauty of the sport.
The respect we show to legends. It's about the art of tennis, the feeling that we are lucky to be watching.
Then we moved to rack up, the grind.
The science, the accumulation of points, titles, and stats.
The work of tennis, the mechanical process of winning.
And finally, dash the dreams of, the emotional reality.
The zero-sum game.
The fact that in every match someone leaves heartbroken. The tragedy of tennis.
Beauty, work, and tragedy. It sounds like a Shakespeare play.
Or a very good 5-set match at Wimbledon.
True. So what does this all mean for you listening? Why should you care about these tennis terms?
I think it connects to how you tell your own story.
When you are recounting your day or your career or a project you're working on, what kind of language are you using?
Are you using dry, factual language? I went to the meeting, I got a lot of sales, I didn't get the promotion.
Exactly. That is functional. It conveys information.
But is it engaging? Does it make people lean in?
Imagine instead saying, the CEO graced our meeting today.
Suddenly the meeting sounds important.
We racked up some incredible sales figures.
Suddenly you sound like a powerhouse.
The budget cuts really dashed our dreams of expansion.
Suddenly your office job sounds like an epic saga.
You are the hero facing obstacles.
And that is the power of English. It allows you to frame your reality.
You can choose to be the protagonist in a drama rather than just an employee in a report.
That is a huge takeaway. Use the drama of the language to make your own life sound more interesting.
Be the narrator of your own epic.
Absolutely. Words are tools. Use the sharp ones.
And here is a final provocative thought for everyone to mull over.
Okay, let's hear it.
We talked about dashing dreams as a negative thing. It sounds terrible. Violence, heartbreak.
Right.
But I want you to think about this. Is it always bad to have your dreams dashed?
Oh, where are you going with this? That sounds counterintuitive.
Well, think about it. Sometimes we hold on to dreams that aren't actually right for us.
Or dreams that are impossible.
Sometimes when one dream is dashed, violently broken, it forces you to stop.
It forces you to look at the pieces on the floor.
And then
you have to pick them up and build something new.
something maybe more realistic or more suited to who you actually are.
That is a profound thought. The dash might be the necessary shock to redirect your path.
Maybe the tennis player whose dreams were dashed becomes the world's greatest coach.
Or a broadcaster.
Or a podcast host.
Exactly. Maybe their true talent wasn't playing, it was talking about playing.
But they never would have found that out if the first dream hadn't been destroyed.
So the destruction of the dream creates the space for reality.
Right. So if you've had a dream dashed recently, don't just look at the broken pieces and cry.
Look at the empty space it left.
That's space for something new to be racked up.
Beautifully said. That is a very optimistic way to end a tragedy.
I try my best. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode.
We hope you feel a little more graceful, a little more ready to rack up some vocabulary wins, and resilient enough to handle any dashed dreams.
Indeed. Go out there and play your game.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Remember to have fun and be proud of your English. We'll catch you on the next one.
Goodbye.